Stop trying to make your kids hate their daddy and stop using your kids to try to hurt their daddy. I just talked to my son. Me and my son hadn't been talking for a few months. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, I woke up this morning was like, man, I wasn't gonna let his mama come between, our relationship or whatever. So, I talked to him this morning, and you know what I mean. Come to find out, you know, this nigga mama getting $1,000 a month out of my disability check. Don't get this nigga nothing. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you see, 3 doctors required me to be disabled. You know what I'm saying? So, and she she done went down there to the Caddo Parish Courthouse and then told them that even though they said that I was through paying child support way back, she done went down there and proved to them that she had a year of unpaid child support. So they take $1,000 a month out of disability check. Don't give my son nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't give him none of the money. Don't help him pay his bills or nothing. I'm still having to send him money to help him pay his bills. You know what I mean? Finna have to have him a car sent down there or sending the money to get him a car. Like, I shouldn't have to do all of that. You getting a whole rack a month. You should be able to go put $500 at least down on it. But that's what women do, though. This the type of woman that, she is, and that's the type of women that a lot of women are. They use their kids to try to hurt the father. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember my son was 5 years old. We was riding in the car. This nigga cut the radio down and said, "Daddy, you my daddy or my stepdaddy?" I say, "Who you remember the longest?" All them pictures in the house of you being in the doctor, me being with you when you was born. Who you remember the longest? You. I had to explain to him that, the difference between the stepdaddy and the dad, because his mama had him calling the stepdaddy daddy. Man, I used to drive way from Houston to see my son for the weekend, and when I get there, she won't even much answer the phone, bro, for me to come pick the nigga up. And I ain't the type of nigga to pop up at nobody's house, especially her, because she'll call the police and lie like all kind of stuff, man. I can remember times, man, that was one of my main reasons for moving from Shreveport. When I stayed in Shreveport, I owned a 2-story house also, dump truck, you know what I'm saying, I had my own thing going. You know what I mean? I was forced to leave Shreveport and go to another state and start a new life because I couldn't even much sit up in my house by and chill. I used to have to cut lights on outside and put notes on the door saying, "Hey, I stopped by Thursday, or you gonna call me?" Just different stuff like that, because she send the police to my house every day. They come beating on the door. I can't sit in there with the windows open and blow me some blunts, because the police gonna pull up to the house. She called the police and say, this Shreveport, she called the police and say, "He called me and threatened me." 5 police come flying. Ain't got no proof or nothing, nigga. Would take a nigga to jail. Man, they done took me to jail. Had my son in the back seat of the car, bro. I had to call my mama to come pick the nigga up, man. Take you to jail, bro. The bond be $60, nigga. They do all that for a $60 bond. $60. And then when it's time to go to court, she don't show up for court. They make me sit in the courtroom from 8 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the evening, nigga, before they dismiss the shit. Hoping that I get up and leave so they can put a warrant out. You know what I'm saying? Nigga that miss work, all kind of shit. You feel me? Straight up, man. Like, this the type of stuff that I have been through, bro. Just riding down the street with my son, man, and get stopped by the police. You got a warrant. What the fuck I got a warrant for? Illegal use of a telephone. Illegal use of a telephone? What I did? Shoot somebody with that motherfucker? Beat somebody with that motherfucker? Shreveport. That's why I left that motherfucker, man. That's why I left everything and came to a new state. I couldn't be there, bro. For real. Stop using your kids, man, to try to hurt their dad, bro. And then when you see that his karma is good and you can't hurt him and shit, you still mad. And men, don't get mad at your kids because of what the mama do. It ain't their fault. You know what I'm saying? I had to give my son time to regroup and rethink himself, because he let her fill his head up with all type of stuff. Tell him out. He's 22. She let him fill his head up with all type of stuff, you know. And I got to let you. I give you time enough to get your mind together. You know what I'm saying? Before I call you, I give you time enough to get your mind together and realize. The first thing he said when I called was, "Daddy, I see why these men don't be wanting to deal with their kids because of the mama be messing over them." I say, yeah, well, don't you let, when you do have a child, don't you let the mama do you like that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But it's sad, bro, out here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting that man no money. Get a nigga disability check. Cause what if I actually just had to? What if? What would I do? What if? What would I do? I got a money making mind. I've been doing this shit since I was 21, so it's gonna come. I'm not gonna have no money problems. You know what I'm saying? But it's just sad the way stuff is. The way that these women are